I love the Wizarding World. Harry Potter is one of my favorite movie franchises. And why could you not help? The characters are great. It's a fantastic world, fantastic villains. Just a fantastic area. Cool creatures, cool spells, and I love the world. And so, after the film ended, and we took a break for a lot of years, we decided, hey, J.K. Rowling decided, hey, you know my fantastically awesome book franchise and fantastic movie franchise? You know what it needs? It needs a prequel. Because every prequel goes according great plans. And then we got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in 2016. And I thought it was decent. It was a good film. It had good characters, good acting, good directing, good action, good story, good visuals. I just thought it was kind of blah. The story and characters and all that stuff were good, and the movie was overall pretty fantastic, but it was overall just a bland film. And my least favorite Harry Potter film. And since I put out my ranking video, So, but then we got a sequel a year later. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Well, finally tying back into the original movie franchise with bringing in Dumbledore, bringing in Hogwarts, and everything was going to according to plan. I loved the trailers, I loved the look of the movie, and I really enjoyed what the movie had in store, and I took a long time to get to it. I'm not going to go into the personal detail of why it took me so long to get into this film, but I finally saw it. So let's kind of something. And since the movie's been out for weeks now, I'm just gonna go full on spoiler warning to the get go. If you have not seen it, I'm sorry. I just need to talk in detail about this film. So, did I think it was as good as the first or better than the first? Usually, I know if I like a film or don't like a film. This is probably my first movie that I can recall in my memory, anyway, that I don't know if I liked it or hated it. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a shock, I know, but this film really didn't have, in my opinion, anything going with it. David Yates, of course, came back to direct, and he directed the first Fantastic Beasts and a couple of the titles in the Harry Potter franchise, so he knows how to make a world. And it was written by J.K. Rowling, and it had Dumbledore, and it had Johnny Depp in it. And it was tying into the original franchise. What could possibly go wrong? A lot of things, actually. I felt during this movie, I missed an extra hour. And that's because this movie is edited to no degree. I didn't know what was going on. Not because you weren't paying attention. No, this movie was confusing. They made it super confusing to follow. And all the Harry Potter movies, even Fantastic Beasts, which I didn't love, it was a simple story to follow. It's a simple story. It's a simple story-ish. And I don't really know what to think of it. Okay, let's start this movie. So I can show you how this movie was edited. An example. The example here. I really like coffee. I like the taste. I like, just the full-on flavor of coffee. I just really enjoy coffee. Hey, you want to go? Well, I really enjoyed that movie. It was a really... Wait, hold on a minute. You were just talking about coffee. We were here, sitting on a table, drinking coffee, but now you're outside in a car leaving a movie theater. What? That happens about 50 million times. That's movie editing. The opening, I was really on board of. It was an exciting opening chase of breaking Crinderwald out, and I'm gonna have to say it. I didn't hate Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. That doesn't mean I loved him. I didn't love him. I didn't hate him. He was just odd to me in this movie. He was playing Johnny Depp. He wasn't playing a mass villain. He was, ever since, and I can say this, ever since the first Pirates came out, he's been playing Jack Sparrow. He played the Mad Hatter, Jack Sparrow. When he was in this movie, when he's trying to play Grindelwald, he's acting like Jack Sparrow, just a goofy Grindel guy. I like the look of him a lot. I really do. Even though there's an eye choice that they decide to make is kind of odd. But I didn't find him threatening. While watching this movie, I didn't find him threatening. There's a scene where he's in a building. There's a scene close to the final maybe 10 minutes of this movie where he's making this big speech about war and all that stuff, and I'm just thinking, you're just really not threatening. And the dialogue that J.K. Rowling has written for this guy, he written the dialogue for Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies. One of the best, if not one of the best movie villains of all time, up there with Darth Vader. Compare him to Grindelwald. And I don't understand how does he have, in this movie, Grindelwald has the Elder Wand. The wand that in the Harry Potter franchise, Dumbledore has. And in this movie, Dumbledore has a different wand. He doesn't have the Elder Wand. Grindelwald does. And I was thinking, so if we're going to miss, I know how this film's going to play out. I know how the other 3 movies are going to play out. Because according to Harry Potter lore, the wand doesn't obey to you unless you kill the person or unwand them. So, it's probably, I don't know what they're going to do. But I didn't hate Johnny Depp in this movie. I just thought he was fine. The opening scene is the best thing in this movie. The opening 5 minutes, maybe. I'm not kidding. That feels oriented. That feels good. Complaining plot. Pretty. And then after that, we cut to Newt Scamander, which apparently has a brother now. I enjoyed Newt Scamander in the first Fantastic Beasts movie. Here, he's fine. He's enjoyable. Of course, there's more creatures. There's a lot of face close-ups in this movie. Like when him and his brother are talking around this building. There is a lot of face close-ups that don't need to be there. And it's really odd. This movie is, once again, like the first Fantastic Beasts movie, it's slow-paced. This has a definitely odd feeling. It feels odd. I knew from the first shot in the movie of Grindelwald when a bug comes in and he gives a massive spell. It's just odd. This is an odd movie. Let's talk about Dumbledore when he's there. He's good. He's good with the action scenes. He's good with the entire movie. He's good. That's all I can really say because he's not in the movie as much as I thought. He's in the movie for maybe 15 minutes top, and he doesn't even do anything to help fight Grindelwald because when him and Grindelwald were, because apparently they're brothers when they were little. So there was this blood thing because apparently they combined once, and now him and Grindelwald can't hurt each other. I know that's going away because in the Harry Potter films, they made the battle between Dumbledore and Grindelwald like this big epic thing. So we know it's going to go away eventually. This movie, though. Let's talk about this movie's editing still comes back to me because I feel like there's a scene where there's so many scenes, like a scene with the one with two characters and Grindelwald. Somebody tells this character, let's go up on the roof. I'm not go up on the roof. There's somebody there, then eventually they're up on the roof and we're with Grindelwald. And this movie's pacing. I think this movie felt it's stepping into Star Wars not that bad. And Hogwarts, I'm gonna say it was there for nostalgia. And I think so was Dumbledore. Because he does nothing for this film. He doesn't help. He doesn't add anything. He's just there. In Hogwarts, we get some backstory about Newt Scamander. Sort of, but not as much as I wanted it. In that scene, the scene where, in the trailers where Grindelwald says, "You think Dumbledore will morph you?" And it was such a cool scene. Yeah, in the movie it's just wasted. I just realized something. There is basically no action in this movie. There's some thrilling, exciting scenes, like the scene with cats in a library scene. There's some fun scenes. And the final end of this movie was just so underwhelming. And this movie ends where Grindelwald gives, I already got his name. The dude that can turn into, what is his name? Something. He gives the one guy in the first one that can turn into smoke a wand. And a phoenix just pops out because he has a phoenix. And he mentions his name and he says Dumbledore. And I'm thinking, so Albus Dumbledore is a Dumbledore. Grindelwald's apparently a Dumbledore, and so is that guy a Dumbledore? The only thing that I could think that can make sense is, when you join Grindelwald's lead, you're part of the family, so he calls you a Dumbledore. It would make sense. That's the only thing that I could think about that would make any point of sense. So he gives him a wand, he blasts through things and destroys half of a mountain, I don't know how things and destroys half of a mountain. I don't know how they're going to use him in this movie. This movie's visuals were good. But there was no children. There was no kids in the theater. Because this movie was pretty... Is it better than the first? Or do I think it's worse than the first? I think it's about the same. Actually, it's really the same. The first one had pacing issues. Tina is in the movie. This movie's ending has so much to be asked for. And I just think, overall, Crimes of Grindelwald, I don't know. Did I think it was a good film? Yes. Is it a terrible film? No. Slightly disappointing? Yes. My rating of this movie can change up and down. So as of right now, I will give Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald a B. As of right now, it gets a B. My opinion could drastically change. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Crimes of Crinderwald. Did you see it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you later, folks.